We've got the new TiTrex Suppressor from Precision Armament. We're going to do an unboxing, see what comes inside, and then we also have 3 rifles today. We're going to throw it on and see how it performs. A 300WinMag, 300 Blackout, and then a 6.5Creedmoor. So let me adjust this camera so you guys can see. All right, and let's see what's inside. I'm going to try not to let the wind blow everything away. Okay, little insert. The foam. This is how it comes boxed. This particular one is the 300 Ti. So it is rated up to a 300 rum with no barrel restrictions. It's very light, very good looking, looks really nice. Very pretty. So it comes with the flat end cap and then a 5/8 by 24 thread. Yep, cool. So with both of these on, this total weight should be 9.2 ounces, and then without the 2 ends should be 7.2 ounces. Let's see what else comes in. Oops. So we have, looks like a single port end cap, style end cap. And then two spanner wrenches. Awesome. So we're going to throw this on a rifle and see how it performs.
I got the TiTrex on my 6.5 Creedmoor, and which is going to be a little bit more of your standard round, about the same powder charge as something like a standard 243 or 308 or something like that. You know, something that this thing's probably going to be used on the most, really. And so we're going to see how it sounds on there. And then what we're going to do is we're actually going to move to the 300WinMag. Caitlin's going to shoot that. She's also going to test out some of the end caps to see, you know, kind of some recoil testing as well, not just sound. And then I'm going to finish it up with probably the 300 Blackout. So what we're going to do with the 6.5 Creed and the 300WinMag, we're actually going to shoot steel at 400 yards. It's one of those things that, you know, you get a little bit of a report back, but it takes a second and a half, something like that to get that back. And so you have, it's not like shooting steel at 100 yards where you're going to shoot it and you can't really hear how well or how poor a suppressor sounds. So that gives us that little bit, but it still gives you a little bit of sound comparison, you know, from the steel from 400 yards away. So I kind of like it, but if y'all will, just, you know, give us a comment and let us know, you know, do you like it? Do you think that's stupid? Just, you know, be nice about it if you will. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and take a few shots here and kind of, you know, see how it does, and then we'll go on from there. This wind is making it bad. I hope the sound is coming through well. I believe that was a center shot. Yeah. Okay, that was a little to the right. Back in the center. Okay, so wind moving us around a little bit, but definitely not a problem. This little rifle shoots good. Man, I'll tell you what, that sounded really good. I really like the way that sounds on there. You know, I've run a few different suppressors on here, and I mean, really, they all sound really good, yeah, because they're quality suppressors. But I will say that really sounded really good. I like that. It's got a, you know, that just the pitch to it, the tone to it. I really like. I mean, it's just, I mean, it was hammering too. It didn't affect anything as far as point of impact. Like I say, I've got this dialed for, you know, how I would. You know, we're not just testing point of impact shift at 100 yards. We're doing it at 400 yards here. So either way, I like that. I'm going to just send one more just because I can't help it. I like shooting. And a little more wind. Yep.
That's like a lower tone.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. I like it a lot. Yeah, it's
Yeah, even from over here, it's like a lower tone.
Yeah, and the only sound I'm hearing, it sounds like it's getting further away from me. Almost like the only thing I'm hearing really is the bullet breaking the sound barrier, that supersonic crack, and it sounds like it's leaving, and then all of a sudden I'll hear the report of the steel.
Yep.
You know, that's really what I feel, or how I feel like I'm hearing it. So either way, like I say, I'll just sit here and heat this thing up to where we'll have so much mirage off of it, it ain't funny. So I'll quit shooting and let Caitlin jump in here with a 300.
This is the one rifle I have not been able to steal from Jared. It's his 300 WinMag. We've put the VX4 from Leupold on it. We previously had it out on my hunting rifle. You can check that out. We'll link that video here somewhere in the description. But we've put the TiTrex on there, and this one's the flat cap. So we're going to shoot it a couple times, see how it sounds, and then I'm also curious about the recoil with this being a higher pressured cartridge. Pretty good. So the TiTrex comes with a single port brake. So we've put that on the 300 WinMag, and we're going to give it a shot now, a couple of shots, and see if it increases the sound to the shooter's ear, and then if there's any relief in the recoil. Okay, so from the shooter's perspective, I couldn't really honestly hear a sound difference. I know the wind's kind of messing with things right now, but I couldn't really hear a difference in the sound from back here. I do feel like I felt relief from the recoil a little bit. I didn't get quite as much oomph, if that makes sense at all. So it did feel like it relieved the recoil just a little bit for me. So since the TiTrex is Bravo compatible, we already have a SilencerCo anchor brake. So we're going to put that on here now and see if that reduces any more of the recoil. Just see if it's worth having that extra inch on there and see what it feels like as a shooter on this 300 WinMag. That's good. In all honesty, I think it was about the same as a shooter. I don't know, maybe felt a little bit less recoil, but I don't know. It's going to be, I think it's going to be up to the hunter to decide whether they want that extra inch on there or not. For me, it wasn't that much different than adding the single port that comes with the TiTrex.
We are to the 300 Blackout. I've got some subsonics that are barely subsonic. They're about 1050. That's what they're running. So every now and then they'll creep up a little higher. But either way, they're subsonic. This is not ideal to test them out of because, of course, you got the action sound with an AR platform. Now, it does look really nice on that rifle. I really do like that. It looks cool on the little shorty. But the thing is, this is the titanium version. They do make a version Econel which, I mean, that's going to be your hard use. Yeah, put it on an AR and just go to town. It's full auto rated. These, you know, of course, being titanium, their biggest, you know, the biggest issue you'll ever have with titanium is heat, of course. So it's not, you know, not recommended to like put on an AR and just go to town with it. But for testing, we're gonna take a handful of shots with the AR, and just see how it sounds subsonic. I may attempt, like say we got a little shorty with a red dot and it's subsonics. I may attempt to shoot at the 300-yard target just so we can hear some steel with it. But if I make that happen, I'll impress myself there. So one thing about this, talking about the heat and everything, it's actually got a little warmth left in it from the last round of shooting. It heats up quickly. It does, but that, you know, a lightweight titanium can, that's to be expected. But it also, you know, cools down very quickly. You know, that's been really nice. You know, we haven't really like, let that thing cool way down. I mean, we haven't been exactly nice at this. We're testing it out. We want to know. But anyway, I just want to mention that because I felt like it does cool down extremely quick. So that's nice to know. But anyway, I'm gonna start doing some shooting because I know that's what everybody wants. I reload these, so I'm gonna throw my brass catcher on there. It's not to look cool. It's to actually catch my brass. So, but either way, we're gonna attempt this. Now I say I may try a couple shots out there. So, all right. Well, I hit it.
That's cool.
Hit it again. Oh, can't hit it another time. All right. So, and heat-wise, yeah, it's starting to warm up. I shot those pretty quick. Don't normally suggest, you know, doing like that with, you know, a titanium suppressor. This suppressor being the titanium version. This is not what it's made for right here, but it sounds really good on running subsonics through it. As of right now, the only two rifles I run subsonics out of is my 9mm and a 300 Blackout. And so the 9mm, of course, isn't going to work with the 30 caliber. They do have a 26 cal and a 36 cal. So you can run your 9mm and 350 Legends and stuff like that out of the 36 cal. And then, of course, if all you're going to run is something like a 6.5 or, you know, something or under, they do make a 26 cal if you want to do that. Now, me personally, I think a 30 cal is, you know, absolutely great, unless, of course, you want to shoot something a little bigger. Sound-wise, it sounds really good. We're definitely enjoying this. It's actually impressed us. We weren't sure what to think going into it. The kind of new design that they're going with making that ring the serialized part, that's really nice because you can buy this suppressor and all of a sudden say, now I'm kind of regretting going, well, I wish I would have gotten the 36 so I could run it on my 9mm. And if I wanted to do that, I can have them, from what I understand, basically it's much cheaper than buying a new suppressor, but they can actually replace the core for a much more discounted price. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's only like 30 to 40% of the actual cost. But it's practically like getting a new suppressor. So I really like that idea. And then plus, of course, you know, you have something, you know, go through your can sideways and it just total destruction kind of deal. It can be replaced. And it's not just going to be, well, we cut it off from this section and, you know, that part from there on is new. It's the entire core. So it's pretty much like having a brand new suppressor. So either way, I like that this design they've got. It sounds really good. It looks good. I say I'm really interested in getting the Econel, and then that way I can really just sit here and just magged up with this thing or whatever I want to do, you know, or you know, like shooting the 300WinMag. It did get hit hot pretty quick. 300WinMag is going to get anything hot quickly. And I have been known to sit there and shoot 15, 20 rounds out of a 300WinMag within, you know, 5 or 6 minutes. I've been hell on that rifle. Out of a titanium can, I just highly don't suggest to do that. And that's one reason why, you know, I've got the old Spec War on it, and it's been a beast, you know. If you would, comment, subscribe, let us know what you think, and we'll catch you on the next video. missed it. Shit. That sounds good though. I like that.